Good evening. I want to personally thank you guys again for being here. We can't thank you enough. It's, as Bill said, it's pretty amazing to look out here and see what we've kind of pulled off here in a short period of time. My name is Frank Scardino. I'm president of Lockton Companies and a founding board member of the IICF. Before Tim and I get into recognizing some of the charities that we'll be supporting this year, I would like to take a moment to honor an American hero. A few months ago, I had the good fortune to have lunch with a former Navy SEAL sniper, Chris Kyle. We had hoped to have Chris here tonight, but as many of you know, he was tragically killed just a couple of weeks ago. Chris served in Iraq between 1999 and 2009. He was the most decorated sniper in U.S. military history. He had 160 confirmed kills, at least according to the military. I can tell you, after having lunch with him, it was probably a lot higher than that. Chris also wrote the book American Sniper. I encourage you to buy that if you haven't. The proceeds from the book are given to the families of two of his SEAL team buddies that lost their lives in action. Chris was a true American hero. I'd ask you to join me in bowing your heads in a moment of silence to honor Chris and all those who have given their lives for our great country. Thank you. I also want to just take a moment before we get into the charities. Where is Bill Henry? Where did you go back to hide? Stand up again. Stand. On behalf of all of us on the board, we want to thank you, Bill, for your efforts, your leadership, your commitment, your dedication. Like you, I'm humbled to be a part of this foundation. It's exciting to see our industry come together collectively for these great causes. So thank you. Without you, this would not have happened. So thank you. Tim?
Good evening. It's great to be here tonight as a unified voice for our industry to give back to our local communities through IICF grants. My name is Tim Nelligan, and Frank and I tonight will go over a summary of 7 charity organizations that will receive grants this evening. Our focus for this year's grants is to support charities involving the needs of children, veterans, and education. As we go through the charities, I'd like the representatives to please stand up. Our first grant award goes to the Dallas After School Network. Will the Dallas After School Network representatives please stand? Thank you. Dallas After School Network gives training to on-site educators to provide quality after-school programs all over Dallas. They provide free or low-cost programs serving low-income children. They support more than 100 sites and have more than 12,000 K through 12th grade students. Currently, there is a waiting list of 50 sites that cannot be shortened without an additional full-time member called a staff advisor. The grant of IICF will allow them to hire that additional advisor. Our next grant recipient is the Disabled Veterans Insurance Careers. The representatives for Disabled Veterans Insurance Careers, please stand. Way back in the corner, there you are. Disabled Veterans Insurance Careers is a new program that works with military veterans to provide them with education to start a career in our fine insurance industry. The classes and personal training sessions are held online to allow the veterans with limited mobility to benefit from the training. The training takes a year with over 2,000 hours of study. The grant given to DVIC will pay for more veterans to be trained in our insurance industry. Thank you. The next charity is near and dear to my heart, living up in Frisco. I'd like Nicole and her team from Frisco Family Services to please stand. There you are. Last year, Frisco Family Services distributed over 500,000 pounds of food from their food pantry. Beyond their food pantry, Frisco Family Services provides emergency financial assistance, offers adult life skill classes, and helps children with back-to-school supplies and gives needy families holiday gifts. Frisco Family Services currently has a van for food distribution without air conditioning and in constant need of repair. If everyone would please turn their attention to the back of the room, you'll see a beautiful new van that is meant for Frisco Family Charities to make sure the food gets delivered on time.
A couple additional charities. Hunger Busters, Brandon, I know you're here. If you could stand. Hunger Busters were started by Phil Romano and began as a mobile, street-level operation for the homeless people. But in 2007, Hunger Busters decided the best way to address hunger was to focus on the future of our children. Project Healing Waters by Fly Fishing. Project Healing Waters Fly Fishing, can those folks stand up as well? Project Healing Fly Fishing is dedicated to the physical and emotional rehabilitation of disabled, active military service personnel and veterans through fly fishing education and outings. Project Healing is in 46 states and has 147 programs. Okay, one that's near and dear to my heart. If the Salesmanship Club folks can stand up. Mac, Charlie, Kristen, Michelle. Salesmanship Club was started in 1920 by a group of Dallas men to help young people. Salesmanship Club offers therapeutic services, education, and training for at-risk children and families in the Dallas area. 90% of the program participants go to college, and 95% graduate. Wounded Warrior Project. Can the Wounded Warriors stand up, please? Founded in 2003 in response to the wounded service members returning from Afghanistan and Iraq, the mission is to foster the most successful, well-adjusted generation of wounded service members. Wounded Warriors served 27,492 veterans, 2,609 family members of veterans. Thank you. Okay, well, on behalf of the IICF, we would like to present a check for $285,000 to our charities.